Boop. Alright, let's talk some Christmas horror. A Christmas horror story. Since it's the month of December, I want to review some Christmas horror movies and maybe some non-horror-ish Christmas movies like Elf. Elf is a great movie for this time of year, but I'm starting this off with a Christmas horror story. Like I want to first start off by saying I've never looked up Christmas horror movies, and this was the one that came up, and this was the one that really caught me by the eye. Like they had other movies, like I think it was like Silent Night. They had like the Silent Night movies and a couple of like other like Christmas horror movies that I remember they had P2. P2 is a very underrated like horror movie. I suggest like definitely check that out. It's very gory if you're into that kind of stuff. But this was one that really caught me by the eye. Like the poster really caught my interest. Like the poster it has Krampus versus Santa, and just the poster just looked really cool. I was just like, do you know what? I would actually like to see that. Krampus versus Santa. How can that not be cool? So I was just like, it's the month of December. It's Christmas, so why not? And also why not wear a Christmas hat for a Christmas like movie review? So all the dots connect very like fairly well. So yeah, another thing I also want to say is I have always loved the mythical story, the mythical like character of Krampus. He's always interested me. He's like the evil Santa of Christmas. So like he's the one that like if you are naughty, he like kidnaps you and shit. So he's always just been the interesting. It's like if Santa had a more darker and evil and menacing side to him, Krampus would be that side. So like Christmas is it's kind of like it's kind of like a good and evil side. So like the good side belongs to Santa, and then the evil side of Santa is Krampus. I don't know. That's why I've always liked Krampus's like story, his mythical story. Like Krampus, he's a made up character that someone just made up, but his story is very cool and it's been translated to many films over the years. I remember there were a couple that came out this year. I don't remember what they've called, but I mean I've seen them like pop up on like social media and all that, and like Redbox and shit. So yeah, I mean they made a couple and they made one back in 2015, which was it was more of a comedy. It wasn't really horror, but there were definitely some horror themes in that 2015 Krampus movie. But yeah, Krampus has always interested me. Just his whole his whole mythical story. It just fascinates me. I do not know why, but like I mean Santa's interesting too. But and I'm like I like that dark shit. I like dark shit. So Krampus is that for me. I mean, always liked him, but when I saw this, I was like, it's an anthology movie, and that takes me up to my next horror point. Story is an anthology movie like Trick or Treat. There's four stories being told. One of the stories involves Santa Claus getting ready for Christmas until his elves become zombies, like they become infected, and Santa was great in that story. Like he looks like Santa should, and the whole setting of the North Pole it is just fantastic, and it's a very bloody story as well. As in Santa, he goes balls to the wall with killing his elves. Like I don't know, there's brains, there's guts, there's everything that horror fans love, and it's cool to see like a different take on Santa, because if you thought Santa was always he was all like jolly and happy and shit and all good, he has an evil ass side to him. Like when his elves like piss him off, oh Santa he goes balls to the wall with killing him. Because like after all, I guess his elves like they are zombies, and if they bite Santa, Santa gets infected as well. And that story, I mean, I really liked. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of blood enjoyment in that. There's like brains, guts, and all that horror fans like. So yeah, and I really like that was one of the storylines. I think that's the first story that was that like I think that was the first story being told, because throughout it switches to like the other three stories that are going on, because like so this is a full story anthology movie like Trick or Treat and all those kind of movies. And there was actually only recently one anthology movie that I watched on Netflix called Holidays, and I watched about 20 minutes of that movie, and I was like, I had a very sickening feeling in my stomach. I was like, no, that's way too advanced for me. No, I have turned off. So I turned off on like the midway point. I think it was halfway in the second story, and it's just so beautiful for me. Like I had a very weird feeling after watching it. It's like I don't know, it was a weird feeling I've never had for any other horror movie, but I had a very sickening. I think I was like shaking as well, but I don't know. It was a very weird feeling. That's what I can remember. But this one wasn't actually like that for me. Like this one, it does everything right that a Christmas movie should. It has that those horror themes that horror fans like, but along with that, it treats Christmas properly, and it has the whole like happy and jolly aspect to it as well. So it's not, well, for most of it, it is horror because it's called a Christmas horror story. So there's going to be like those horror themes, because horror is in the title of it, but it also does have like that. It treats Christmas properly, and there's a Christmas meaning to the story as well that's being told. Like throughout the four stories, there's a Christmas message being told, and it always cuts this guy like I don't know what he's like a radio person. He like plays music 24 hours or something, and there's a message there as well, and about what the true meaning of Christmas is. But well, to me, there's a couple different meanings, but yeah, I know if I say them here, the video will get copyrighted. But anyways, so yeah, the first thing I want to talk about is what did I like in a Christmas horror story. So the first thing I did like is it's bloody and it knows it. There are some very bloody sequences in certain stories, like when the elves first start attacking Santa. I mean, they are fast little bastards, and they are not afraid to kill. Like I'm like, there's blood, there's guts, there's gore. And then in the second story, there's a scene when the demon kid he pokes a fork into his dad's hand, and like that scene, that was like so good. Like there was some really bloody sequences throughout the four stories, but I think one of the most bloodiest stories would be probably the whole Santa one, because I think that was the one that had like the most blood in it. But I'm not saying the other stories don't have any blood in them, like they certainly do. But I feel like the Santa one, it went balls to the wall with a lot of things. It gives a different take on Santa and his elves, because like if you thought like Santa was all jolly and happy, but this time his elves, they double cross him and start attacking him. So it's a fresh take, very different take on Santa that I enjoyed. As in, Santa is throwing axes at his elves' head, and there's blood, there's guts, there's gore, there's everything that horror fans love, and it makes for some good quality entertainment. Trust me, it's cool to see like this different take on Santa. Because if you thought Santa was just like was that jolly, happy person, Santa does have that have that stressed. So like everybody does. Everybody has everybody has different moods. Like sometimes you might be happy, sometimes you might be angry, sometimes you might be pissed. Like if Santa was to be like angry and pissed, that would be this movie's version of Santa. Because Santa in this, he's more Viking. He's not all like happy and jolly and all that. He's more Viking Santa. I thought they also portrayed Santa very well in this by giving you like a different take on Santa, which I really enjoy. I mean, it's cool to see like a different take on Santa besides like the whole happy and jolly side that we know Santa as. And it's cool to see like him like pissed off at his elves side to him, and I enjoyed like that aspect of that story. It's just great, just wow side of Santa. I mean, it literally made me just sit back in my chair like, oh shit, Santa is actually a badass. It made me kind of think of that, and it was like, it was good. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I like the way the movie portrayed Santa. I like the story. Like the first story with Santa and his zombie elves, that was probably the most bloodiest story out of the four stories that showed like the most blood, gore, and guts and all that. And the second thing I like is the editing. It gives you these signs that you are about to enter another story, so your brain's not all over the place. Which story I am in, and it gives you signs so you can follow the story. And the editing is a big part of that because it lets your brain adjust to the scene, and it lets you know what story you are in. And that's what I think an anthology movie should do. And that's one thing like that's why I've never really liked anthology movies that much, is because like there's multiple stories in an anthology movie. You just don't know what story you are really in, because it doesn't give you like hints like this movie does, or signs that you are about to transfer from this story to another story. And I think that's what more anthology movies should do, so you can actually follow the story and it's more paced out. But that's why I feel like the editing for this was great. Just like the way they edited sequences together, it was absolutely just fantastic, and just the way they gave you just signs. I think also at this point I've also got to give credit to the script writer as well, because I think they were the ones that really made this like come to life. But what you've got to know is what translates on paper does not always work on screen. But I felt like what was on paper, I felt like it was in enough detail for the director to be like, wow, do you know what, this could actually work. It could be just like the director. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just really like the editing in this, and just the way they edited sequences together, and the way it let your brain adjust to the scene, and let you enjoy the story, because it lets you it lets you know that you are about to transfer to another story. So it lets you enjoy that story and lets you continue it on, I guess. So yeah, there's no other way I can say it better than that. But so yeah, I guess for that point, I've got to give credit to like the editor and the script writer for that. And that's what I think just more anthology movies should do. Because one thing I just didn't like about Trick or Treat is because I was just so confused at, like, wait, where am I at? Who's this? What story is this? Oh, it's just like that. But this movie, it lets your brain adjust to that story. I think that's like through some masterful editing and a good script, I think. So, anyways, let's move on. And the third like is the Krampus storyline is my favorite story, and this is the third story to be told because there is so much greatness in this story. Like you get to see Krampus versus Santa, the big battle, the final showdown, and that was an awesome fight. Like it's on the poster, so it was obvious that you were going to see it. And I'm so glad it was the final battle, because like this is the final showdown. This is like a big battle like that Santa storyline was building to, and that Krampus storyline was building to. It was like those two storylines. It's like those two were building up to this big, epic, climactic battle, and it is definitely like a real awesome fight when it does happen. I guess like the editing, I guess it was kind of off in that scene, but yeah, I just wanted to really just give my thoughts on that fight, and yeah, but it's definitely in here. It's not like it's just on the poster just for people just to be like, do you know what? I'm gonna watch it, and then when you watch it, like, 'cause there's actually no Krampus versus Santa Claus. What has happened to me in the past with some posters is like they promise something on the poster or in the trailer, but then ends up just getting cut, and that is just like annoying in my mind, but. That's like the big battle. That's like the final showdown, and yeah, that was like an awesome fight. Along with just like the look of Krampus, like he has like that white skin texture, and he has the roar. And this is what I can imagine Krampus being. He was real on Earth today. Like I can imagine him kind of looking like this, maybe with just like a little bit more fur. But I think yeah, this is a close enough look to what Krampus would look like if he was real on Earth today. But like Krampus is done right in this. Like his whole story, it's just so like interesting, and just right from the beginning, like like I've always found Krampus like a fascinating character, fascinating like mythical character. I found his whole story about how he's like the evil side of Santa and all that, and like he's like the evil side of Christmas and all that, and he's the one who wants to destroy Christmas. He's the one who despises Christmas. He wishes Christmas was never a thing, like and he thinks like children should be slaves and all that. And he just treats kids like awfully. I mean, he had some magnificent like stories out there, with some magnificent like portrayals in some past movies. If you've ever seen that 2015 Krampus, like that is a great Christmas like movie to watch. It's more Christmassy than like horror. It's more of like a Christmassy like comedy kind of movie, but definitely does have those horror themes in it. It's kind of like, I guess that Krampus 2015 movie, I guess it would kind of be more Goosebumps-y. Like that, I mean, that's kind of like made for kids, but has some horror themes in there. So I guess that, but then like that ending of the movie when you get to see that Krampus, that's I guess the Krampus I can kind of see being real, like if he was. But these are all mythical like creatures, and or mythical characters. But like Krampus is like his like story like about like how he eats little kids that are naughty and all that. And Santa is one who gives gifts to the kids that are good. And from when I was a kid, my mum used to tell me that he gives like sacks of potatoes to kids that are naughty and all that. And I had good times when I was a kid with Christmas. And but that's what I always heard growing up is if you're good, Santa gives you gifts, but if you're naughty, Santa gives you sacks of potatoes. But yeah, Krampus, like he's always been like that dark mythical character and all that, like that he eats the kids that are naughty and all that, and he's the one who wants to destroy Christmas. Like he's kind of like the Grinch of adult movies, I guess, but like a lot more vicious, a lot more wilder, a lot more dark and all that. But but I'm not saying like the other three stories that are in this movie. I'm not saying like they are bad. I liked all the stories probably equally, but like, if I had to choose one that was just above like number two, that would be the Krampus storyline because first of all, like I said, I've always enjoyed like Krampus. I found his like whole story. I found him just an interesting mythical creature, like I've always like have, and I feel like this like his story, I was just like looking forward to it the most. Like before watching the movie, I was just like, man, this movie has Krampus in it. Like, and I was just like so like anticipating his story, and it is like a little slow. It does take a while to get to like seeing Krampus for the first time, and his story definitely has like a lot of questions you are asking like after his story wraps up and all that. But yeah, but I just feel like Krampus' storyline it was a more engaging, it was a more interesting to me because like I said, just like Krampus' whole story about how he eats little kids that are naughty instead of giving gifts. Like I said, he's the one who wants to like destroy Christmas, and he's like the one who just hates Christmas with a passion, and he just wants to see it just destroyed. He wants to kill it and all that. And if you ever want to see Krampus go up against Santa, this is that movie for you. Because man, that I was just so like yes, 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 yes. It gave you what you want. If you want a Krampus versus Santa fight, this one is for you. Because holy shit, like there's a bit of a build up to it. It's like the final battle that happens in this movie, but it is awesome. I guess what the biggest negative with that battle is probably the editing because they edit in this like very noticeable editing way. I didn't like the editing choice that they took with that final battle scene, but yeah, like I felt like all the stories were good equally. It's just like Krampus one, it was just more engaging to me. It was more interesting to me, but the other stories, like they definitely like had me engaged. Like I mean, the one with like that demon kid, who's going to kill his parents or something. That one was also very engaging to me. But Krampus, like I can't say this enough. He's just like that. He's just a fascinating mythical creature to me, and his story in this, like Krampus is done right in this movie. His story is done like to full justice, and I really liked it. There was a twist ending to wrap up all of this, and I'm not going to spoil the twist ending here, but when it happened, I literally just sat back in my seat. I was just like, wow, I did not expect that because it like the twist ending, it leaves you with so many questions like, is this real? Did this all happen? Like, is this fake? It just leaves you with so many questions, and I think this is probably gonna be one of the best twist endings that have ever happened, along with the ending in Unbreakable. Okay, I think the Unbreakable twist ending, I think that's something up there as well, along with the Sixth Sense. To M. Night Shyamalan, because M. Night Shyamalan, he's known for his twist endings, and he's done some really good ones, like with Unbreakable, Split, and Sixth Sense. They are all really good twist endings. I think it's up there with Unbreakable and the Sixth Sense, because this one was just it has that shock value to where you just sit back and you say like, wow, I did not expect that. It just makes you just question the whole movie. It gives you something to think about. Like that's what I like about like horror movies is after you watch it, it stays with you for like a few hours, and you're like, did that really happen? Is that real? Is that fake? Did that whole storyline, was that actually a thing? Were all these storylines real, or were they just fake, and were they just made up in this head? It just leaves you so many questions. I like how movies that make you think. That's why I think slasher movies like still hold up, is because it makes you think about like who is the killer here. It just trying to make you really think about who it is, and it sets up people to be the killer and all that. And that's why I think slasher is one of the best genres, and it's my favorite genre. So yeah, and this movie, it does have slasher in there for sure. I guess I would kind of consider Santa's a little bit because he's killing his elves, so I guess in a way that is slasher. But yeah, I don't know, but yeah, like the twist ending, it has that shock value to it. And it's probably gonna be one of the best twist endings because I seriously did not expect when it happened. I was just like, wow, wait, what? Wait, what? It just makes you just question so much stuff. And it was just, yeah, I think this is definitely up there with the Sixth Sense and Unbreakable twist endings. So yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. Just go watch the movie for yourself, and then pop down to the comments that let me know, did you predict the twist ending? So yeah. So overall, A Christmas Horror Story had great cinematography throughout the whole thing, good acting for the most part, interesting stories. I love Krampus's one though. Like, damn, that one was really good. Like, really good stuff right there. Like, if I had any negatives with this, I will say that movie does drag on. Like, it does drag on for a bit in the middle, but then it does pick up. So I mean, pick up or leave, kind of thing. But I mean, it's a really fun first watch. Like Christmas horror movie, I could really enjoy this one. So that's why I will say. So that's why I will say Christmas Horror Story is great. Like I didn't expect to say that. I mean, I thought I was gonna hate it because there's like all of the best posters out there. Like they are usually the ones that suck. There was one, like I think it was like for Luigi or something. It's like a Luigi movie. Like ever since they made like the 2014 Luigi and Luigi original, they made like a shit ton of movies, and there was like a really cool poster for one. And like all the best horror posters out there, they are the horror movies that usually suck. But this one actually stays true to what its poster is, and that's kind of where my next poster to this. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the poster. I love the whole like Krampus versus Santa. That's kind of what like the Krampus and the Santa storyline build up to, is that final battle, that final climactic like piece of epicness. Like the two just colliding, fighting to the death. It's and that's kind of like where the twist ending comes into play for the first time as well. So I don't know, like I have to refer this movie to so many things throughout this review. Just like that twist ending, it's just like it's certainly up there as some of the best twist endings in horror movies for sure, and just in movies in general, it's certainly up there as well. So anyways, guys, if you have seen A Christmas Horror Story, pop down to the comment section down below and let me know, what did you all think of A Christmas Horror Story, and what did you think of the twist ending? Like, were you as shocked as I was when I watched it, or were you just like, yeah, I predicted that? And here's another question for the people who have not seen it: what is your favorite Christmas horror movie? I gotta say, this is probably one of them. What this is up there with some of mine as well. I mean, P2 and Silent Night are probably some of the greatest Christmas horror movies out there. So, and I have a couple in my mind. I have to really think about what is my favorite. But I mean, like there's some really great like suggestions there. I mean, Silent Night, Deadly Night is one of the Like it's a slasher Christmas movie, and that one's really good along with Peter. That's a very like underrated like horror Christmas movie. I think like that movie's like set on Christmas Eve, and it has Wes Bentley in it, and it's like it's quite good. So if you have a very like weak stomach, getting done like movies like Hostel or Saw, like it's not torture, but there are certainly some really graphic, like in your face scenes in that one. But it's a very underrated like horror movie. Like maybe watch the trailer to it first and see if it suits like your quality of film that you're interested in. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna leave you there for this Christmas special review. I'm hoping throughout this month I will also I want to review P2 and Silent Night, because Silent Night's one of my favorite Christmas movies to watch on Christmas. So I'm hoping to review that. I'm sorry this review's like a little late. We're already 10 days into Christmas, and Christmas is in about 2-3 weeks now. So I know it's getting closer. It's only have a few more weeks to review Christmas horror movies. I'm hoping to do that. So anyways, guys, so yeah, have a good rest of your day, and Dallas Movie Reviews out.